Okay. Well, first, I'd like to thank Sandra Forte, the family psychiatrist, as she called herself, for inviting me to join the WONCA Working Party Mental Health back in remote 2019, before the pandemic, along with my Uruguayan friend Jacqueline Ponso, best chair of the Ibero-American WONCA region. We were at the Brazilian Family Medicine Conference in the Midwest of Brazil. I would also like to thank Chris Dorwick, that unfortunately is not with us today, but we've been with us all the time, working party chair at the time, for agreeing to start the Music and Mental Health Project during the pandemic, mapping 30 groups in 14 different countries across 5 continents. Chris is English, an enthusiast of the project, and my partner in writing the first English lyrics that I did for the song, also called Tone of Mind, based on music by the Indian music therapist Arnab Chaudhuri. This was the first product recorded in India and Brazil, and the video clip was made in Philippines. Chris, Arnab, and I are also partners in an experience report about the project published in the British Journal of General Practice. I would also like to thank a lot Christos Leonis, the current Working Party chair from Greece, who embraced the project, continuing with other products that culminated with this documentary. An enthusiast who just yesterday during our monthly Working Party meeting encouraged me to continue designing a study to assess the impact. Thank you, Chris, a lot. Also thank the Australian Tristan Pemberton that is with us here, the director chosen to lead this crazy idea and direct filming online across 4 continents. Our first online meeting in 2022, when he turned on the camera, I saw guitars on his wall and I thought, yes. Thanks to our Brazilian partners in Harmonia Enlouquece, Harmony Gets Crazy, a band formed by mental health patients and healthcare professionals, which will celebrate its 25th anniversary in 2026, and in which I have been a percussionist for 17 years, also my family. Thanks to Delisle Kubeka from South Africa, a community health worker and opera singer, who does beautiful work there with patients. Brother Arnab Chaudhuri, music therapist that is with us here, who has been with us since the beginning of the project and does incredible work that you will see in the documentary. I'd like to thank the band The Desert Stars from Chunchunchara community in the remote Great Victoria Desert region of Western Australia. This band claims the title of the world's most remote rock band, formed by First People of Australia. Chunchara community has a primary healthcare service, and our bridge was Jill Benson, family physician and professor, whom I would also like to thank very much. Thank you to the members of WONCA Working Party Mental Health and Ibero-America WONCA Working Party Mental Health, and all the WONCA members that contribute somehow, principally singing. Many left their comfort zones and wholeheartedly threw themselves into this wonderful adventure that is music. Finally, to pass the word to Tristan and Christos, I'd like to thank the Argentinian Viviana Martinez Bianchi, WONCA president, to whom I present the project at Sydney conference and who became an enthusiast too and participant in one of our videos this year. Thank you, Vivi. And also thanks the Spanish Maria Pilar Peña, WONCA president-elect for the next term, whom I also met in Sydney. And finally, I can tell you congratulations, Maria. Also thanks the Greek Harris Legidiacs and the Irish Diarmuid Hayes from WONCA Secretary for all support from these years. It's a global production line for culture and health that I love to produce since pandemic that helped me in my own mental health. And the production of this film took place from 2022 and 2024, challenging undertaking to produce across 4 different continents online. I hope you enjoy it and reflect on based on your own individual realities. At last, I'd like to thank my family, Luana, and my children, Tomás and Vicente, for supporting me of all that time. Thank you a lot. Please, Tristan, and then Christos.
Thanks, Alfredo. Thanks for that introduction. And obviously, lots of people involved in making this film. As Alfredo says, there are people from many different continents on this earth. And when he first contacted me to make this film, I love the idea of the film about telling the story of how occupational therapy of music can help your mental health, improve your mental health. And so, and being a musician myself, I know the benefits. So we went about getting all the different musicians to, and because I think COVID primed us for this, everybody started to get used to recording at home. We had the musicians all self-record themselves and send through footage, and look, of course it was a bit challenging just trying to get some consistency and get people to commit to it, but also from the technical point of view. But I think we got enough that we could tell the story for sure. And look, even the fact that it's not a cinema crew type film, that's not what it's about. It's just about a story of individuals and their own journey. So I think everybody was really quite generous in opening up and sharing their own experiences and their own story, which was quite remarkable. I'm always very, humbled when people will do that. But that's all around the relationship Alfredo has with people as well. He has a way of endearing himself to people. So it's been a real pleasure, and I think hopefully all their journeys, everybody's journeys are in there enough that you get a sense of how everybody have been affected positively through music.
Thank you, Tristan. Christos, please.
Yes, many thanks, Alfredo. I'm feeling very privileged being among you, your colleagues, the band, and also so many eminent colleagues from WONCA family, and of course, many friends. Many thanks for introducing this project, music therapy, implementing and evaluated together with many colleagues, and especially Professor Chris Dorick from WONCA Working Party. Only 1 minute, a little bit reminding the fantastic statements of psychiatrist and neurologist Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl always mentioning the 3 dimensions of the human being, a body, a mind, and the spirit, when producing a theory of meaning in life. And I think, into my view, music contributed to all of these 3 components, contributed to a body, to mind, and the spirit. And also, finally, your fantastic work reminding also and contributed to another important scholar, Epicurus from ancient Greece, which actually was talking about mental ataraxia, mental peace, contributed to so-called eudaimonia, other words of well-being. That your product is very welcome. Congratulations. And I think now we're having a tool to contribute further to so-called positive well-being. Many thanks to you and all contributors. Thank you.
Thank you a lot, Christos. I'd like to call some musicians that is in the film. I think here we have Arnab. Please, Arnab.
Yeah, hi, and namaste from India. And first of all, it's a privilege, honored to be part of the WONCA family. And I'm a musician from the lineage of sitar maestro Ravi Shankar, and also explored music, cognition, and AI with MIT Media Lab. I'm a therapist. I'm on the board of directors of International Association for Music and Medicine. So bringing all these experiences together from the tradition to the modern music medicine, this is what has formed Know Your Rhythm, our training program, which blends music and yoga therapy. So, along with music and yoga, essentially, I believe that music is a medium where it helps us to be in communion with our higher selves, which is essentially the divine in us. So when that happens, it allows us to heal ourselves. Because only when we heal ourselves as caregivers, as therapists, as doctors, that's when we can heal others. And there's an osmosis that happens, a give and take, a communication. It need not be of words, but it can be of vibrations. So this is pretty much the vision of Know Your Rhythm, to be in that communion. And at a policy level, we know that the WHO talks about mental health being a basic human right. I hope with this kind of projects like Tone of Mind, WONCA will be able to take the message that access to music also should be a basic human right too. So thank you again for this wonderful opportunity to collaborate with especially with Dr. Alfredo, Tristan, and Professor Chris Dorick, and all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnab. I'd like to thank the presence of Yuri from Brazil, Ferdinando from Italy, and my mother, Maria de Lourdes Santa Cruz de Oliveira. That's there in my hometown in Recife, Brazil. Thank you, Mama. So, dear Mood, please, I think we can now see the video collectively. Let's take the experience cinema online. Enjoy the film.
Okay, let me know if you can see that white screen.
Yes, I can see the white screen.
Okay, here we go.
A música é um bálsamo. Ela entra assim já fazendo funcionamentos dentro do meu cérebro. O meu sentido começa a se sentir retroagido de toda dessa forma musical, corporal, né? E me ajuda muito porque ela me faz esquecer os problemas, me faz esquecer as dores, né? Parece que um outro ser entra dentro de mim e com o magnetismo do ritmo da galera que está tocando comigo aí, me faz assim bem, me faz sorrir, me faz sair melhor. Faço parte da banda terapêutica Harmonia Enlouquece, que fica aqui no CPRJ, na Praça da Saúde, da Harmonia. E essa banda é um desbloqueio, né? Do mal para o bem, do infeliz para o feliz, da doença para a saúde, da tristeza para a alegria. Aí vai se abrindo o Harmonia.
Conheci a banda aqui no hospital, porque eu faço terapia através da psicóloga Carol, né? Ela falou, tem uma banda aqui no hospital, vai ser muito bom para você participar. Então,
faço parte do Harmonia Enlouquece, sou percussionista. E aqui a gente é uma união incrível. A gente compartilha um com o outro, é amigo, a gente faz um sonho.
A minha primeira relação com a música forte, assim, marcante, foi que eu era um garoto, assim, mais ou menos de 13 anos, e estava brincando de pique na casa do meu amigo, no 7º andar. Eu morava no 3º e ele morava no 7º. Quando eu entrei na casa dele, a mãe dele estava tendo uma aula de violão. E o professor estava tocando violão clássico. E eu via brilhar na atmosfera uns brilhos assim cintilantes. E eu fiquei estatelado, parado, e falei para mim assim, eu quero isso.
Minha mãe, meu irmão, minha tia.
A música me ajudou no momento que eu estava muito mal, assim. Estava meio depressivo, meio em crise, né? A música me ajudou muito, me ajuda até hoje.
E eu sou contrabaixista do grupo. Eu, em casa, às vezes eu quero relaxar, costumo ouvir música para relaxar. Às vezes a gente está naquele momento pilhado, estressado, e a música ela dá uma acalmada no ânimo.
a música na minha saúde mental, ela basicamente tudo, porque a música ela tanto me ajuda na alegria, na tristeza principalmente.
A música é uma coisa maravilhosa, espiritual, é uma coisa assim construtivista, é uma arte maravilhosa. Você constrói assim, um acorde, você constrói uma melodia, aquilo vai te despertando e você vai no ritmo da vida.
Estar participando, né, do Harmonia Enlouquece, para mim foi uma mudança total de vida, né? Assim, um enriquecimento pessoal. Cada vez que a gente se apresenta, a gente ganha uma energia de afeto, né? O que é muito bom.
Devido à música, acalentando e deixando plácido o seu interior.
E eu devo à harmonia assim o fato de eu desenvolver uma sanidade em relação à música.
Sem música, a chance de eu ficar muito triste, deprimido é muito grande, assim. Então, a música é meio que uma chama que me deixa aceso, assim. Com música eu relaxo, com música eu me alegro, com música eu curto as minhas forças.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Delisile Bubega, a freelance mezzo-soprano and opera singer from South Africa. I also work in the Vets Health Hub, which deals with primary health care. It's a research syndicate that is under Vets University. We specialize in primary health care. I have been doing music since elementary school all the way to high school and post-high school, both as a hobby and professionally. I have worked with different musical institutions in and around South Africa. Music generally is all over my life. Yeah, every other thing that I do sort of has some form of music on the side. Music has helped me in so many instances. And right now I'm in the primary healthcare. And when I first started, we did household visits. That's where I would meet a number of cases, some emotionally challenging, some mentally challenging. And that's where I would use my music, you know. I would sing stuff off. That would help me so much to cope. I remember there's a household we came across of this man who had suffered a stroke. For me, it was a trigger. My own father suffered a stroke, and it was a very difficult time of my life, which I used music to cope then. So coming from that incident, I had to, you know, sort of rebalance my mental readiness, because from that house I had to move to the next and the next and the next. So at the end of the day, both emotionally and mentally, I was not in a very good state. And I remember I sang. I was surely at a better place mentally than I was during the day.
I think music education starts when you are in your mother's womb, so to speak. And so music came in very early into my life. My father, Arun, was a vocalist and teacher. By the age of 10, I was composing on the piano, on the keyboard, I was into tabla, the Indian drum. I'm founder of Know Your Rhythm, a training program and a methodology which helps participants to discover their own sense of rhythm in life and work through immersive exercises.
Very good. Together.
Know Your Rhythm has been inspired by integral yoga of Sri Aurobindo, the Indian sage and philosopher. And for the past 20 years now, we formed a Know Your Rhythm virtual orchestra with musicians who are interested in this journey with me to create music for healing and therapy.
Well, my experience with Know Your Rhythm has been a long interaction with Arnab. It has been for education, for Indian dance, for music therapy, many different ways that Arnab has used his music.
There have been several very interesting experiences of aha moments when our Know Your Rhythm practice has really surprised us with amazing positive outcomes. I recall several years ago, in a batch of children with special needs, we had a young girl who hardly vocalized ever. And during one of our exercises with vocal percussion, with her grandmother sitting beside her, she actually vocalized for the first time with so much confidence and a smile that got not only the grandmother emotional, but all of us quite emotional about it.
A good music performance can bring a sense of unity of the musician and the entire audience, which seems to break down barriers.
our orchestral therapeutic music has the potential to move us, to move our emotions, to move our minds to a better state and improve us as an individual, as member of the larger collective called humanity.
My name is James Winning. People call me Jay. Short. I'm a big man. My second name Karimara. There's the Stars frontman. And there's 4 of us in the band. Come from Trinidad with Pentecost people of the southern desert of Australia. The remote community of all remote community in Australia.
One step closer every day. One step from paradise.
Music in my life makes us feel good. Music is like, it's in the heart. It's just where it's all come from. That's where music come from for me. And mainly rock. Just keep yourself rocking and it makes you feel better and it heals you too in a way. The songwriting, it helps me is like keep negative stuff out of my head, make me think positive and share it to other people. That's what music's all about. Well, to me, mental health way is like, I want to be the one who send the message for other people who's got mental problems and all that. That's how music help me same time and help other people. That way it'll help you in a mental way. So it make you feel better. You're the one want to be the one who's helping others, especially young Australians and whoever's having problems. So in music, young people in Australia, they can see, oh, this is the positive side. I want to do that, help me through the same time.
Well, it's officially released, Tristan. Thank you. Now I'd like, hi Vivi.
I'm going to have to go now. It's very late here. It's pushing 1 o'clock in the morning soon, so I need to get up. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you a lot, Tristan, to be with us. Please, now we're gonna take some words from Maria Pilar and then Viviana, and then we can open the discussion. Please, Maria.
Thank you. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, colleagues and friends. Thank you very much. We have just witnessed something truly moving, and as a family doctor who, like many of you, has felt the weight of the stethoscope at the end of a long day, I want to highlight that As family doctors, we are the expert in listening. We listen the heart rhythms, we listen to the breath, and we listen to the narrative and vibration of our patients. But this documentary, Tone of the Mind, asks us a vital question. Are we listening to the music within ourselves? We often speak of medicine as art and science, but for too long we have focused or prioritized science over the art of the healer, and today we are changing that narrative. The impact of music on our mental health is not just soft science, it's a biological necessity, as everyone has highlighted. When we see our colleagues from Brazil, India, Australia, and Africa using music, we are seeing that resilience in action. And for a family doctor, music acts as a bridge. It bridges the gap between the trauma we witness in our clinics and the peace we need to heal them. It allows us to de-escalate our nervous system and then engage with the melody and rhythm, because we are just taking the tune of our own instrument. I think that the doctor is the instrument through which care is delivered, and the music can be the calibration that keeps that instrument from breaking under the pressure of global health and challenges and of course burnout. So the well-being of family doctors is a global priority, and this documentary proves that while our healthcare system might vary a lot, our human soul are universal, and music is a language of happiness and survival. So I want to offer my profound thanks to Dr. Alfredo Oliveira Neto for his visionary leadership, to Tristan Peventor for his direction, and to all the colleagues who has participated and shared their stories. So now, as we reach the end of the year, just a special time to enjoy with our family, reflection, and of course, music. And I think we have to pick up the instrument, let the stethoscope, and joy and laughter and song and the company with those we love. So thank you to the WONCA Working Party Mental Health. Congratulations on this premiere, and happy holidays, and many all of you keeping playing music during the whole 2026.
Thank you a lot, Maria. Please, Viviana.
So thank you so much. It was a super touching presentation. Thank you, Alfredo de Oliveira Neto, porque yo sé cuánto tiempo você está planejando esto. I know how long you've been planning this, how much you have been wanting to show it. You coordinated this project with vision, with persistence, with deep cultural sensitivity, and you were representing the values of family medicine, but also the values of the Ibero-Americana region, the values of Brazil. As an Argentinian person who grew up in Brazil and learned the value of music, during the Argentinian dictatorship, going to Brazil was this like space of music and a space of healing our own minds during the months of January growing up. I deeply value this. I also appreciate how you put that mental health challenges are among the most pressing issues of our time. And as family doctors, we know that suffering is not experienced only in symptoms or diagnosis. It's lived in stories, in relationships, and often in silence and isolation. And I think it was our colleague from Australia who mentioned earlier, during the pandemic, the idea of communicating through music and through spaces via Zoom was an innovation that came out of the pandemic. This project speaks to human vulnerability and human creativity at the same time, going together, and how it's been shared across borders. I see music becoming a bridge between clinicians and patients, between community and care, between distress and expression, between oppression and resilience. And I also I thank you for to Vishnu, to Arnav Vishnu Chaudhary for participating in this and being part of this important project. I also love that the work is not positioning music as a luxury or an add-on. It is positioning music as a legitimate, culturally grounded and relational approach to supporting mental well-being, to supporting our soul's well-being, and aligning deeply with the values of family medicine, the idea of continuity, community, dignity, compassion, and music. And so I value this. And I wanted to show you something because several years ago, when I was at the WONCA Asia Pacific meeting, at all of our WONCA meetings, our colleagues come in and present something cultural. And I will never forget how much I was touched by the group led by Susie Oktawati from the Anglong group of the Mitra Sehati Clinic in Bandung Regency in Indonesia. And it was a band using Anglongs to play. And it had been a super amazing show, right? All of our colleagues sharing their music, but this one, the group that played the Anglong in their way to connect patients to their past and heal or help connections with elderly people with dementia, and all of this led by family physicians learning to play the Anglong, which is a traditional instrument from Indonesia, was, to me, it was the most amazing portion of that meeting. And when Alfredo, when you told me about this project, it resonated so much because in 2022 I had also the experience of seeing the healing aspect of playing the Anglong in Indonesia. When I was in Sri Lanka, I had to go all around Sri Lanka looking for a tabla, Arna, because my son wanted a tabla. I am in a family of musicians. My husband is a doctor. My son works for a healthcare computer organization for Epic. Yet both of them come home to play the piano, to play the drums. There is a drum set in our basement, and there are all of these music instruments all over the house. And for them, it's a time of healing. I don't know how to play an instrument for my life, but I love to dance it and feel and bathe myself with the music. So again, at WONCA, I'm going to end with that the issue of, at WONCA, we often speak about innovation, and Tone of Mind reminds us that some of the most powerful innovations are not technical, except for the technicality of the guitar or the music, but they're human, rooted in art, listening, connection. So on behalf of WONCA, I want to express our sincere appreciation to everyone that was involved in this project, and especially the Working Party on Mental Health, Alfredo for bringing everybody together, your participation, the countries, communities, the creative team, and all who contributed their times, their stories, and the trust, and Yarmouth for supporting this from the Secretariat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's keep it going. Let's grow it. Let's bring more groups from around the world, because I know that when you show this, others are going to say, wait, like Susie Oktawati, we also have a group that plays. Thank you so much.
Thank you a lot, Vivi. Yes, there are other groups. Crystal talks about Crete Island group, and you said to me about that Indonesian group too. Yes, we can do more. Yes. Thank you a lot. Now we're gonna open to questions and some discussion if you want. and we are finalizing the meeting. Okay, I saw that many wrote in the chat. Okay, and will be recorded, and you can see. Thank you, everybody, to come in. I know how hard it was. 18th December. Great seasons for everybody, in many religions, in no religions too, in imagine all the people and sharing the world in peace. Thank you, everybody. We'll see it. Thank you a lot. Thank you,
Thank you,
Wonka.
Alfredo. Thank you very much.